Hello, everyone. Okay, so today I wanted to just kind of have a chill day for me. So I am actually playing with my runes. These are, I will pronounce it wrong, I am 100% sure, but I'm still learning. These are Furic runes. Um, as you can see, this is a beautiful set. They're a little difficult to read on camera, so I'll kind of see if I can bring it up. My camera's having some issues going blurry, so I'll have to adjust probably a lot while I'm on stream, but we will work with that. And then I have a tarot deck I'm thinking about getting into if I have a person who is currently seeing if he can get me some tarot sleeves, because I have a beautiful deck that I do not want to mess up. And so I got it literally last Christmas. And so it's very beautiful, and I would rather have sleeves before I start actually messing with it. And who knows, maybe I might got to do my nails too at some point, so maybe we'll do my nails while on stream too. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to get on. The house is quiet right now, so I thought it would just be fun. Okay, so I am fresh and new with runes. Now I've had these for also about a year. I got it last August. Like I said, they're beautiful. I love the detail. It's got they were handmade. Come on. And I got them at a local pardon me. I got them at a local spiritual convention. And the person who actually gave me, which I'm going to see if I still have their card, because you can find them, and I would 100% love to talk them up. But I got a couple of things from them. I got I wish I could find that card. Oh my goodness. I got a justice. This is for my altar. It's a beautiful resin justice card. That it was actually a random. It was one of those pick what you feel is right and what you feel would go best. So I actually have that sitting on my altar. And then I also got a healing crystal with it, along with a card. This one I did purchase. This was not a freebie that came with it. Maybe that. Let me put this QR code here. That should get you to the link of the store that I bought them from. I have no idea how that works. Let me go upside down maybe. Oh, ha ha ha. Okay, hold on. Sorry, it's mirrored. There we go. Okay. So, but I got a Being True card. It's a Healing Energy Oracle card. So this one is, I am true to myself and others. I remove my mask and stop creating illusions. I have confidence in who I am, and I reveal the good in me. I do not need to hide or prove anything. I replace shame with the power of love and truth. And I needed that card whenever I was at this convention. Oh my goodness. Oh my gods, did I need this card. And then a beautiful sticker. I haven't put it anywhere because I'm one of those people that are not good with stickers. I do not like putting them places because once they are put places, I need to get one of those sticker books that sorry. I need to get one of those sticker books that like you can take them off and take them out. Come on. Come on. There you go. But this ruin set is from that same shop, and it also came. Oh, where did I do with it? Did it fall? Oh, I dropped it. Hold on. It also came, which this is going to end up messing my camera up again too, but Rune Meanings, which is, I'm not doing any like collective readings today. I have the chat open, but I'm not planning on doing any type of like collective readings. I'm just playing around. And I'll be reading, anything I draw for me is this is how I'm doing my reading. So they're going to be very basic. I'm just getting a feel. I want to get back into my divination. I've just kind of neglected it, and so that's pretty much it. I want to do a few different ways. I really like this type of draw. So the first draw we're going to do, I am going to gather all of them up into my hands, because I have a lot. There we go. And then you kind of just shuffle them around. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop them. And when I drop them, anything facing up, that is going to be a part of the active part of the reading. Anything facing down is not a part of the reading that I am being given. Anything that falls on its side is going to be put to the side, and that will be if I need clarification, I will pull from that pool of... I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I will pull from that pool of runes to help me find clarification in what I am doing. So, oh, not very many on its side. I'm not going to count this one. Oh, here. There we go. Let's see. I can get, there we go. Okay. So, for example, this one here, this is how it landed. So this one, I haven't actually looked at it. It's going to go to the side. I do put it face down because if I draw it, I'm going to want to, I don't want to know what it is beforehand. It's to add to the reading, not to affect the reading. And so I'm going to pull everything here that was face up. Sorry, again, it's mirrored. So I could probably flip my phone the other way. Maybe. Hold on. Let's try that and see if maybe that'll fix where I'm getting all jumbled. Let's see. I'm using my phone camera for this. So, let me back you up a little bit. Back it up for my stand. No, it's still mirrored. That did not help at all. Okay, so this is my... Oh, but I did completely shift where my hands need to be. There we go. This is my reading, and they're just going to go back in their pretty little bag to be drawn for the next time. Oh. There we go. Oh, you know what I didn't do in my Twitch? I didn't do my... Oh, uh-oh. Oh, haha. Sorry, my, okay. Pull this up. Sorry, I'm trying to log into my chat. I'm apparently having many difficulties. This may turn my camera off. I apologize if you can't see it, but I need to go home. I still have my camera. Good. Let's see. Here we go. I'll pull up my authenticator app. Oh. Come on. Unlock. Why can't I get my authenticator app? Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. I will be right back with my camera. Please stick with me if you're watching. I promise I will be right back. Okay, unlock. There we go. You can see my disgusting desk and how awful I am at keeping it clean. Alright, here we're in. Oh no, this... There we go. I got it. I got it fixed. Okay. There we go. So let's try this again. Now that I've got that in my Twitch chat, what have I done? 1, 2 straight, buddy. Okay, here we go. Here is our reading. So these are mostly in no particular order. I will usually try and read them as I see them come, as I gather them, but sometimes I'll change it around depending on how I feel the reading is going. So let's see. Like I said, using a piece of paper, very basic. It just has its basic meaning. The basic meanings. Okay, so the first one we are looking at is this one here. It is going to be right here. Guys, again, please don't come for me for my butchering of please don't come for me for my butchering of the name. Here we go. Okay. Multi-stream. Okay. So, Algiz is Guardian's Defense, in which I didn't ask a specific question. I just asked for a general reading, just to kind of give you an example. So I'm not expecting, oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Just want you guys to be able to see the runes. Guardian, Defense, Instincts, Courage, Awakenings. This one here. Literally just a straight line, so that one should be easy to find. Izaz, suspension, delay, blocks, stillness, waiting, pausing. Here we go. I have, is this going to be upset? Nope, that's perfect. I have the M. Now there are 2 M's. There's one that is this one, and then there's another one, which I don't think, oh, I did pull it. So the next one you'll see, I did pull it. They're slightly different. So, AWAS, movement, loyalty, friendship, assistance, animal. Maybe I'm going to get me a new animal. And then, like I said, this is the other one. It has the little cross at the top. Oh, my husband may be home. Here we go. Which that is collective values, community, and relationships. My husband may be home. Here we go. I'm going to go on mute real quick. Okay, Perthos. Mysteries, fortune, chance, mysticism, and unknown. Next one we are drawing is going to be, I'm going to butcher this, Wunjo. I really need to learn Norse. Go. Pleasure, joy, feasting, celebrations, festivity, and success. I like that that one's at the end. Always good when whatever the reading is going to be, when the end ends in happiness. We like that. Othalia, legacy, inheritance, abundance, values, and family. Okay. So right now I don't need my clarification yet. So beginning. All right. So instincts leading into delays, blocks, stillness. So been waiting quite a bit for things, actually. That's probably a very generic part of the reading. Searching for the courage, but I'm stuck in stillness. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so I've been wanting to rekindle different friendships. So I've been stuck in finding friendships that, oh, dang it, the lasting friendships that I'm really trying to find. And I've been underweighting and blocks. Every time I reach out, something happens, not able to connect very well. Which is where I'm getting these. I was able to gather that from AWAS. Beneath that, collective values, community, and relationships. These two go hand in hand together. Dealing with those relationships and building that. Mysteries, fortune, chance. So what this could be telling me is that I've been trying extremely hard to build a friendship with, I mean, honestly, anybody, but I've been trying hard to build bridges and connect with people again because for the last few years, I've really felt myself falling behind on that. Oh, that's why I'm leaning sideways. No, let's fix that. There we go. Oh, and then it messed up my camera. Of course. Let's try this. So many technical difficulties. Here's what we're gonna do. There we go. That should be better. And not pull my iPhone camera too much. There we go. Okay. There we go. Get this back where I wanted it. There we go. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. My little guardian. It's a birthday gift. Named her Shay. Anyway, what I was doing. Okay. I've been pushing so hard finding those blocks of trying to find friendships and make connections, whereas Pertho could be telling me that I'm going to be having a chance encounter that could build into this friendship that I've been seeking. Which, going into Wunjo, which is pleasure, joy, celebration, success, festivities, which means this chance encounter that I have with whoever is coming into my life I will find success with that. I'll find celebration with that. Leading into Othala, which is this person who's coming into my life could end up being considered family in my heart, in my life. It could be somebody that I'm going to find myself very close with. And so let's draw that. Since there was only one, I want to go ahead and draw it. If I had like 8, this is a pretty clear reading, so I wouldn't have drawn it if, hello, I would not have drawn, if I had only drawn, sorry, losing my train of thought. This is a very clear reading for me. And if I had drawn like 8, which does happen sometimes. Oh, sorry, I had a piece of paper in front of my face. I probably would not be looking for a clarification rune. But I only drew 1, so there's no reason not to add it to the pool. Now watch I add it to the pool, and it is completely going to mess this up and basically lead me towards not success. I just know my luck. So, pulling up my rune sheet here, we can see Hagalaz. Yep, see, I told you. I told you it was going to be a bad one. I should have left it alone. This is what I get. It's like pulling a second fortune cookie when the first one has, good things are coming to you, and then the next one is just kidding, basically, is what I just got. So this one is typically going to be destruction, wrath of nature, testing, challenges that you're going to be coming across. So what that tells me is that this reading, I can still get this. I can still find that friendship. I can find who I'm looking for. But in the process of doing that, I'm going to be my own challenge. And that's not new to me. I very much am someone who self-sabotages. So I have to look. This is the one, which is the reason it was not part of the original reading, is that I need to look out for this. This is something that I add myself, and it doesn't have to come to pass. So it was sideways because it does not have to be something that comes to pass. It could just be something that I can avoid. So that was a good little reading. I liked that. So that's one way that you can draw your runes. It's I don't typically like to do it like that because you have to gather all of them up into your hand and toss them. And just like with dice, they could go off the rails. They fall off the desk, and then sometimes you're not sure where they're going to sit in the reading. If they fall off the desk, it's really up to how you feel about it. Where is it face up? Is it actually part of the reading, or do you feel like it's not because it fell off the desk, that wasn't actually supposed to be there, and it just is happenstance that it landed face up? So, another way that I like to pull runes is just like your basic. Another way I like to pull runes is just like your basic 3-card tarot draw. So you would have typically 3-card tarot draws. You've got symbolism in there. So the most common that you're going to see is past, present, and future. You're going to see the first card that you draw is something that you are dealing with in the past. The second card you draw is the energy and what is happening currently in your present. And then the third card that you draw is going to be your future and what you need to look out for, what you need to build upon. Now, there are a ton of other ways to draw for 3 cards in tarot and in runes. Quite honestly, Pinterest is a great resource to find just different readings that you can do. You could still, your basic 3-card, but it could be something as big as learning your inner self, and it's got, each card has some different part of you. One could be physical, mental, and emotional, just little things like that. So I will do a 3-rune draw. I'm going to use it as just that basic past, present, future. I like to have it in the bag. You don't have to. You could flip them all upside down and do just like a domino draw if you wanted to. This is your practice, so you get to make your own rules. There we go. Okay. So I've got it in my bag. I'll shuffle them up a little bit. Like I said, past, present, future. So the first one you draw is going to be the past. It could be something good that happened in your past. It could be something that was a challenge in your past, or it could just be something that I'm going to flip it upside down. It could just be something that is there to validate the rest of the reading. Um, kind of a test of if like you see in science fiction movies where like you don't know if someone are they an alien or are they actually the person you know, so you have to ask them a question that only they would know or only they would know about you. It's kind of like that. That could just be a clarify, or it could just be to prove the validity of the rest. It could actually be something you went through. There's a lot of different aspects that first one can bring you. So now we're going into the present. The present is going to be, what am I going through right now? Or even, what am I asking? It could be, if I don't come to the table with an actual question, this present could give me insight in what the universe is trying to tell me. What question is it trying to give me so that I can look into the future to find my answer? Here we go. So we have our 3. We're going to flip the first. And again, that I pull this one a lot. I think it's very much one of my runes because it's Othala. It centers around legacy, inheritance, abundance, values, and family. So family is big for me, and that's why this rune comes up in most of my draws, almost always. So that's a way that it validates for me that this draw is going to be accurate because I see this one a lot. Now, this could also indicate, because family is part of my past, is that the future I need to be focusing on. Well, hello. The future I need to be focusing on, the rest of the reading's going to have to do with family or, abundance and that inheritance. It's going to be do with like my inner circle. So we're going to pull here is my present. I can pull it up here. It's an X is what it essentially is. So pulling my present for the X, we are looking at generosity, gift, charity, partnership, service, and assistance. So this is very much my present. I am a huge political advocate. I'm a huge advocate for change. I use my voice in ways that I maybe didn't in the past, to try and bring about change and bring about good things. So this is a very validating read because it's showing that that very real and very genuine want for good things to happen to others and for good change to happen. So now we're going to pull into the future and what I should be looking for coming up, which makes sense in the political climate that we sit in, is that I drew the Izaz. The Izaz rune is, let me pull this here. It's going to be right here under my finger. Suspension, delay, block, stillness, waiting, and pausing. Pretty much the entire world right now is sitting in a period of waiting as far as political activism goes, and we are seeing delays and blocks left and right. So this is one of those readings that I kind of already knew, and it is simply just a way for me to show you how it works. That's kind of where the universe was going with that, or at least that's what I feel. So because I've done that 3, and it is something that I'm confident in how this reading is going, I want to go ahead and pull one more clarifying rune. Which I maybe should have learned my lesson last time, but we'll see. Here we go. Okay. This one is going to be an arrow, which is Taiwaz. So leadership, victory, honor, bravery, and courage. I think my runes are trying to make up for the last reading. Oh, thank you. Yes, I had They were by so they were by a local artist in my area. I have the QR code if I can make it work. I wish I still had the card. I definitely, when I edit this and upload it into my onto my YouTube, I'm gonna have that. But I have a QR code. Um, they made these by hand there, and they had this one. This one was a galaxy set, so it had the pink and stars, and they had like a mermaid set, and they had a beautiful abysmal set that was red and black, and the background on it was like fiery flames. They make um, amazing art, and they also made me. This was actually a freebie that they gave me, but a altar card that was a random pool that was a justice card that I absolutely love this. I mean, I know it's just resin, but just the level of detail that they put into it when they did the etchings on it, I love it. So I definitely want to link back to them when I upload this. But so this reading, like I said, I really feel like the universe is giving me a my bad, you got a kind of tough reading last time, because what I got on the last draw was that I'm still going to continuously have blocks in trying to find friendships and forge those new paths forward with people that I'm meeting by chance. So this one is, what did I say? And excuse me if I pronounce it wrong. I'm very sorry. I'm still learning these. Taiwas, leadership, victory, honor, bravery, and courage. So because this reading is definitely, oh yes, oh my God, it was absolutely beautiful, and they also had figurines, which this one, the one I have, my protection figurine on mine, but they had resin figurines that they were like wind chimes almost. I don't know. I love that shop. I hope that they're still going. I haven't been to their shop in probably a few months, and I hope that they haven't stopped making things, because they do. They absolutely beautiful. But yes, so with this being political activism, and especially with having the blocks and delays, this is showing that essentially I need to keep pressing forward. I don't. Well, thank you. But this is saying I need to continue pressing forward. And, that my activism is actually doing something. And my voice that I'm using for good and to speak up for people who are, marginalized or in communities that need help, I will find victory in it. As difficult as it is and as hard as my blocks are, I just need to keep pushing forward. I need to keep going, because I will get there. We will all get there. So those are the two different ways that I typically like to pull runes. For tarot cards, I will do uh I will, and I think I mentioned that earlier. I don't know if you were here, but I will actually go on like Pinterest. They could. I don't actually do like any readings. So when you're looking at divination, when you're looking at using tarot cards or runes or even dice, oh, black tourmaline set. Oh, I bet those were gorgeous. But when you're looking at runes, you want to look at divination as guidance. It's not going to give you a solid answer, especially when you're asking questions about things that are in the future. Those things that are in the future can be changed. You are the person who leads your destiny. Now, I'm not saying that you control everything within your life, and you should never try, because that's going to exhaust you. But looking at divination, it gives you an idea of how to move forward, how to achieve what you're wanting, whether it should be like my first reading was for those friendships. It's basically showing me that I am my own block, is what that first reading was saying, is that I am my own block. I will push people away. I will not connect with people well. And if I want to achieve those friendships and I want to find whoever that person is that's going to, unfortunately, I can't. I am still very much a baby witch. I am nowhere near, I will not give you, as far as actual readings, I am not good enough to be able to give you true readings. I would have to go look. I could definitely find good resources. There are some very, very good, very well known, and very good divination practitioners. You'll even find them like on TikTok, but are, they're going to be the ones that you want to go to. You want to go to someone who has experience and is confident in their readings that they do. While I'm talking, I am actually going to. I have a deck that I want to sleeve up. But you want to find somebody that, one, resonates with you. That's always the very first thing that you find. That's the first thing you want to find, is you want to find someone that resonates with you. That could be something as simple as the humor. If they a lot of what they do is humor based. There's someone that I follow on TikTok that she does very much, and I can't wait. I'm going to show you this deck as I'm sleeving it up. It is absolutely gorgeous. Yes, exactly. It's a way to see the path ahead. It's a way to get warning sometimes. It's a way to get encouragement even sometimes in knowing you're either going in a good direction or knowing you're not going in a good direction. I did last year, which I'm going to do another one this year, a ritual that was like a New Year's ritual. You can see as I'm sleeving these up, I will definitely let you look at them because I love this dragon deck. I got it for Christmas and it is my favorite. But I did a ritual that was the 12 days of Yule that you take every night. You do or before the nights, you do a collection of 13 items or ideas, something you want to do or see in the year ahead. So I had a ton of stuff. I had things like finding friendships. I had things like writing a book. I had streaming. I had content creation. I do crochet, and I'm wanting to learn knitting, so I had that in that pool as well. And then I had things like just finding my own happiness. You want to come up with 13 items that you could physically do or follow in the next year. And so once you have those 13 items, every day, at the end of the day for your 12 days of Yule, you go outside under the moon and you burn one of those at random. And so when you burn that at random, you don't look at it. And what you're essentially doing is you are taking that idea, whatever it is that you are wanting to happen. Oh, yeah. We can be few and far between. I am actually in a red state, so there's not a lot of, it's very difficult to find people who are spiritual around here, but it is getting easier. Yes, I love this deck. It's called Tarot of Dragons. I don't know if it's a big box. It's a really big box, so it's hard to get it. Like, Tarot of Dragons, there we go. It was a Christmas gift last year. I have not used it very much because I have been waiting to get sleeves. That's what I'm doing right now, is I'm sleeving it up. Because I absolutely do not want to wear these out. I want them to last as long as possible. And it comes, the guidebook it comes with too is extremely thick. And it's got all of the art on the cards are in the book. When you do, that's blurring out, sorry. But you have the art on one page, and then you have kind of the translation and the reading on the other. And so it's extremely thick and very very in depth. So you could go as far as on the surface and just reading it as, you know, Page of Cups. But then within the cards, on the cards themselves, they have so much detail just in the scenery. Um, you've got like the different dragons. You have, of course, you have the cups over here. The dragon has the reflection in the water that you know, you could use that within your reading. There is so much to each of these cards that it can be overwhelming because there's a lot that you can interpret from each card, but at the same time it makes it easier because it's not concrete. It's not, oh well, I just drew the Page of Cups, so the Page of Cups, this is all it ever means. Um with this deck, you can go a lot more into um your own interpretation and your own understanding. You can trust your instincts more with this. Whereas, and there's nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong. I have the very basic pink. My very first tarot deck is just a. I just threw everything in the floor on my desk. I have a really basic, which I've actually written on them, but it's just a pink tarot deck, but it's your very basic, very old school imaging. You know, you've got your swords. The only difference is that this doesn't have the color on it that you would typically find in your old school tarots. So do not get me wrong. I love traditional tarot as well. There is something to be said about the classics, and when you're learning, it's even easier because there's not a lot of interpretation. You can very much take those cards at face value. But I got off on a tangent. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Yes. Yeah, my pink ones, yeah, they're just the Rider Tarot. Yeah. And they're just without color. And so I've always wanted one of those decks that have like the explanation on them. So I got creative and actually wrote on them. So this one is actually I bought this for myself, which, you know, they say you're not supposed to buy tarot cards for yourself, but I didn't care. And this one I have very much customized to how I did readings, especially when I started, because I really needed to learn, and I needed the visuals right in front of me, especially with my ADHD. And I have so many different things that I've written to help me out. As far as the Rider Tarot deck, I actually have a little, I have it on a clipboard, but I wrote my own, which it needs to go in my grimoire, but if it goes in my grimoire, right? Like, and especially if you live in a place where there's not a lot of others around you that are going to, yeah, well, and I also, but yeah, when you don't have a lot of people around you that are going to buy you tarot cards, you really want to start somewhere. And honestly, you gift yourself the cards. They're not, I mean, when it's something, especially if you save up for it, it's you've done the work and this is your reward for yourself, and I feel like that counts as a gift. But I've created my own little like reference page for my Rider Tarot. It's very basic. It's very basic. But I've got all the major and then the minor. And I needed something that was very condensed. I needed something that is very condensed and that I could just look at and be like, okay, that's what that means. So yeah, I made that up. Eventually, once I'm comfortable with reading cards and I don't feel like I need this anymore, it's going to go in my grimoire. But until then, it basically sits with my decks so that I have it ready to go. Go. Ooh, I like that one. That's a very powerful card. That one is High Priestess. She looks badass. Right? That well, and that's what sometimes the universe needs that little kick in the butt to be like, no, I want to learn tarot. I want to do this, and if the universe is being slow and they're not getting someone to give you a tarot deck, go get your own. Um because I have different decks for different reasons that I use. I'm actually Hellenistic pagan. I have so this pink deck, which is funny because it's pink, but the pink deck that I use, I've now only really use it when I feel like I'm trying to connect with Apollo. I don't really use it when I'm trying to connect with the universe or, just get readings in general. It's a very specific purpose that I use it for. Yep. I feel like we need more of that. We need more of people in that pledge for the world. That's my whole goal of what I'm doing. Um why I finally took the leap to do a streaming channel is because I wanted to be a part of light in the world. I wanted to be someone who brings positivity to a world that, you know, especially now, kind of has a lot of negativity to it. And that was my goal, and I hope to do it. I'm still very much early in my journey, but who knows how it'll grow. And I'm coming into it with the expectation that that was what I was talking about, that 13 those 13 wishes for the days of Yule. Streaming was one of them, and it was burned one night, and I didn't look at it. And it burned one night, and I basically, that what that is you giving that up to the universe. You telling the universe that this is something I want. I wanted to stream. I wanted to have this kind of idea where I can bring that positivity, but I was getting so overwhelmed trying to do everything that's it burned up, it went to the universe, and here I am. I actually, when I drew those 13, what I got on the 12th day, what was left, which that's what you do, is you burn one every day, and on the 12th day of Yule, whichever of your basically pieces of paper are left, that is what you need to focus on going into the coming year. That is what you need to put your energy towards. So I actually came up with crochet and knitting. And so that's what, when I started the new year, that's what I focused on. I focused on enjoying myself, enjoying my craft, and, crocheting and learning getting new patterns and just having fun with that. And so far, everything else that I've put in that ritual has mostly come to pass. There are still some things that are kind of sitting out there that I'll probably put in my ritual this year, my 13 wish ritual this year. But, I mean, the universe provided where, yeah. Oh, I do both. I started with amigurumi, and I will never not do amigurumi. My my kids have so many my kids have so many stuffed animals that I've made them. One, my son loves his donut turtle that I made him. But I am working on a blanket that I have been working on. Oh, I didn't realize I went out of focus. I've been working on it for probably 7 months now. I started it last winter and worked on it through the summer, and it's still maybe a third through. Yeah, he loves it. He was actually playing with it last night. Um, Grainy squares I'm rough on. I love doing them because they're really simple and they're great for my ADHD because you can complete a granny square in. I love stuffies. That, like I said, that's how I got started. That's what made me want to do it. But granny squares are great if I just need that, like, instant gratification that I finished something. I actually have a bag that has a ton of random ones in it, which maybe one day I'll string together into a project, but for now it just kind of sits there. um, But stuffies are definitely my first love when it comes to crochet. Ooh, I like this one. It's got a lot of green imagery to it. Oh, I suppose I could flip it. I like that one. I haven't got to my favorite one yet. Blankets are rough. That I will tell you that if you being gifted a blanket, that is a labor of love because it takes time. I have my mom gifted me a blanket a couple of years ago, and she made one for my daughter too. But it takes time and it takes concentration. Like you have to be dedicated to you have to be dedicated to a blanket.
Kids are going to be home in about 10 minutes.
Okay. I am going to get off of here. I was mostly on just for a little bit, but thank you so much for being here. I'm excited that you followed. I hope that you pop in again. I could talk forever about my witchcraft, and my crochet. Like you, I could talk forever about it. So, but I will see you all next time, and thank you so much for being here.